pick for the first game. Far Studios is like, we'll do it ourselves.
Yeah, I think the Earth Spirit was not working out too poorly, but it's just not very common to see it now. So it is surprising to see that we have it back-to-back here. Of course, now Newsham gonna be handling it. He played a phenomenal game in the previous one, handling that Rubik. I think, personally, I have to be a little bit more in favor of Fart Studios' draft here. I think it looks to me a little bit easier, but there's a lot of comfort picks coming out as well for CDUB. Obviously, they have Afromush, who has like 1,200 games on Rubik. They also have a Grandmaster Void Spirit, so obviously they are in the zone here with heroes that they enjoy playing.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest thing they were kind of even talking about going into the draft itself. I believe Fear was even mentioning it, how it's just going back to kind of that comfort factor, getting that range support, especially letting Afromush, you know, play that position 4 role that he's even more inclined to play. And yeah, as you were just stressing there, this is a hero that he is very comfortable with. As powerful as Treant Protector is, and in the meta right now, you know, getting him on Rubik almost just feels better in the long run. That's the reason they prioritized it.
There are not as many good spells to steal in this game. There are good stuff, you know, there's always good stuff when you play Rubik, but they did a good job not leaving too many good ones in the draft, honestly. Like, you'll look towards that Exorcism, of course. If you can ever steal that, that's massive. Maybe you can make a lot happen with something like just stealing Illuminate or Shards from Tusk. But it's not that easy. Ursa is a really bad target. You basically don't want anything that he has. And it just looks like they drafted a pretty nice lineup here.
So, by the way, we do see a bit of a trialing coming out from Fart Studios early on as Sonic is doing the block down here. Gonna get some assistance from Earth Spirit even nearby. So Sanctify is like, no, those are my creeps. I'm gonna protect them. Into the tower we go, and now Kado's gonna TP top.
He just stuck around to help with that block, making sure the creep wave goes under tower, so Sniper will have to go up the lane later on, as the lane is going to push up higher. And it's a nice little move, small detail, but can have pretty big impact, as now the lane balance will be much higher up here for Fart Studios.
So the matchup that everyone, I'm sure, as usual, is that mid matchup that we're intrigued about. I believe Furo's mentioning it seems like Tusk specifically really good in the matchup against the Void Spirit. You tend to agree there, Waga?
I agree. I think Tusk has very few matchups mid that he actually loses. Very hard hero to punish, and he's one of the better ones against Void Spirit since he's a melee hero. Honestly, Void does better against ranged heroes, I feel, just by his nature. And Tusk, once he gets the early bottle, he's not going to be bothered too much by the harassment. He'll get back up to high HP, and I do agree that Tusk is a better ganking hero as well than Void Spirit in the current patch. I think he's just super strong.
Yeah, and on day one we were mentioning, you know, expecting to see at least some Tusk, and if we were, you know, even in that core role, we didn't really see it at all.
He was banned though in the first phase yesterday as well, so we didn't get to see him play that much.
Played here, obviously, in the hands of Fart Studios, who's trying to close out this series up against CDUB, but CDUB has other plans. Issa, though, is, of course, playing the Lycan at the top lane. Bit more comfort factor as well. We talked about Afromush playing the Rubik, how that's comfortable. Same thing here. A lot of games on this Lycan, more the summoning style offlaner that we're going to be seeing.
Yeah, certainly. It is not the easiest lane, though. I mean, Lycan against Ursa is a bit tricky. There is the point where you get the Homo Dominator, where you can bully the Ursa a little bit, but if the Ursa goes for the traditional build that we see as well, going for the Battle Fury, which he already has the Ring of Health queued up, at some point, your summons can die very, very fast to Ursa. And I think as the game progresses, there will be a bigger advantage for Fart Studios down the road because of this. I can see Lycan having a hard time in this game, so we'll see how good he can play out with it.
Well, right now, again, 14-2 Ursa versus a 12-2 Lycan mid lane. Getting comfortable at the tower is Mark, gonna pull the creep wave after taking a couple of tower hits, but not afraid to play aggressive against Tusk. Even continuing the harassment as he's still at the tower. Currently, Tusk is 12-6 though, as Void Spirit 11-2. So definitely a slight advantage for Annihilate.
Yeah, getting some nice. Newsham gonna manage to get a courier snipe there as well with this deep ward. Chases after it with a roll.
Ooh, bottom. This might be a kill. Jenkins holding his ground. He basically knows he's dead at that point. Yeah, first blood's gonna come out for Sanctify. Newsham coming in very late, so that's pretty much what Jenkins was doing, at least setting up the turn kill to take place after the fact, knowing that there was no chance he's getting away anyways.
Yeah, I like that he just stood his ground and started fighting, but that was also the pain of his support being away sniping a courier. Then CDUB recognized that, okay, we're 2v1, so they just went on him and killed him. Even though he has the double Wraithband build on Death Prophets, he's not tanky enough against all that damage.
Yeah, and of course Clockwork, also one of these supports that loves to just sit on top of you, get those boots early on, and pops that battery assault, and we can see the end result there. So certainly big for CDUB. Despite being 1-1, they got that first blood on the core.
Oh, this
Very
is nice.
Happy with the outcome.
This is also nice for CDUB that Mark managed to get the bottom rune using his Ether Remnant, and the top rune is controlled as well by Aftermush moving over on his Rubik. So double bottle refill for him, no bottle refill for the Tusk. And
That's clutch.
Yeah, that'll put him a little bit ahead here on the mid lane.
I saw Rubik kind of chilling around. I was wondering if he's going to go for a gank of sorts, but no, really going for that rune control. You see that Mark was attempting to go for a play right there with that Aether Remnant. Just missing. Annihilate kind of walks around it. Get a snowball in to even assist with the last hit. But yeah, no bottle charges, as you mentioned. Does have the fused raindrop, assisting a little bit. But ooh, that is going to be a kill. Coming out for Sanctified at the bottom lane, by the way, taking out the Earth Spirit.
Annihilate is like good that you die. You can TP him in and bottle refill for me because he needs it right now. So this death on Earth Spirit, I mean, it's not good for the bottom lane, but I think he's going to immediately go towards mid and refill Annihilate here because he needs some resources.
Yeah, it's a worthwhile death. You got to wonder if that was even in the mindset as far as Earth Spirit maybe played a bit more aggressive there as a result. But either way, he comes to the mid lane, and Mark's in trouble. Mark's just dead. In fact, he gets taken out right there. So we knew the bottom fill was coming in. Didn't necessarily maybe expect the kill to take place.
It's a little bit because of his skill build, to be honest. He went for a 2-0-3 build, so he doesn't have the repositioning there of Dissimulate, and then the shard is good against him. The Tusk shards, and of course the slow from the roll in and the kick as well. Yeah, that's a rough death there. He should probably have expected that TP mid after the death bottom.
Yeah. That is interesting, as you point out, with the no dissimulate. I mean, maybe not true 1 versus 1, not necessarily as concerning, but yeah, if you get that rotation from the Earth Spirit, as we saw right there, certainly a much more worthwhile ability, but of course still doesn't have it. They know this. Meanwhile, Rubik rotating in as we're hitting 6 minutes, more runes coming in. Rubik's in trouble, Kano TP'd in, and that Illuminate bursts him down. Annihilate's going to be able to pick up the Haste as well. Says thank you very much. So the support rotation's favoring Far Studios right now.
Yeah, good little moves there. We see a lot of attention towards mid. It's very common. Minute 6, you know, the power rune spawning. You want to engage a lot of heroes. Nice kick by Newsham. He put Sanctified on the cliff. He's going to have to TP his way down out of this one. Waits to make sure he doesn't get rolled on to get cancelled again. But yeah, that's TP cooldown.
Yeah, but they might be making a play down here. Jenkins is vulnerable, sitting just above half life, and with the rotation head from Afromush going to lift him up. Newsham realizing it's a lost cause. He's just going to have to simply walk away. So who has the last laugh there? I think it's Sanctified in the end.
Ila tried to TP out, but the mana from Sonic there, last second comes in, gives the overpower to Ursa again, and he just barely gets that kill. That was so close. So Lycan now dead with no TP out as well, doesn't have the Dominator finished, and top tower is taking some damage.
Yeah, Ursa almost quietly doing his own thing at the top lane, but oh my gosh, 54 and 5 CS, 3,900 net worth, almost it's a good 800 or so plus lead, and we're only 7 minutes in over anyone else in this game right now. BSJ is doing a fantastic job. Mid lane Mark is going to get rotation in, and Annihilate with a Haster is going to respect it and back it up. But how about this Ursa, though?
He's having a great start, but they really just didn't have a lane that can pressure him. That's Ursa against Lycan. You're very happy about this matchup. You don't take much damage from the wolves because you're a melee hero. You have the damage block. You go for an early ring. It's very natural for you. So this matchup is nice for him, and he's playing it really well. Oh, can he get the
double king?
Slows.
No, not really, but will it matter in the end? The answer is no. Wave of Death comes through. Crips more so. Secures that kill, but now Jenkins in trouble. Siphon's up. Double Siphon, so he stayed alive for the time being, but with Mark showing up as well, really no chance for him to get away at that point. Sanctified, another kill. He is 4-1-0 right now on this Clockwork, getting credits for all these kills.
Yeah, getting those last hits, but I think Void Spirit really wants it as well. He wanted that last hit because he came down here, he's helping out with this kill, leaving space mids, and now he's gonna get ganked instead.
Well, we're about 8 minutes into this game. The action has officially turned on, Waga, as we've seen in most of these games here in this Division 2 NA action so far, and Another kill taking place right there. So yeah, the 6-4 lead favoring Fart Studios now, about a 2,000 overall net worth, but then they're not going to well, they are going to reset. They're not going anywhere is what I was getting at.
And they have that DD rune on Tusk. He is looking for more action. I mean, DD rune Tusk with the Walrus Punch, it does so much. So just hanging around the area, looking for a way to get something done. Meanwhile, they're pushing in mid and getting experience on their Kato as well. And of course, Fart SJ, I mean, he's getting some big farm going here. 73 CS, minute 9.
You see right there, he took about that damage, 244 damage coming out with that Walrus Punch, but Annihilate maybe regretting being in this area. I think he should be fine, though. He's got those phase boots, although Clockwork's still chasing. Never mind, Oh, no, the shard's coming out as well. The timing, unfortunate. Probably doesn't matter at that point anyways, but still, good chase down by CDUB.
Yeah, the shard's up pretty early there. He could have sharded the high ground ramp when he was walking down it, but maybe he's not used to doing the walk trick where you keep walking and I shard behind you. Because I feel like he could just have left without them killing him there. The big part of why Tusk is so hard to kill is because if you ever try and chase him, he can just, you know, keep walking and leave the shards behind him. You don't even need to turn around.
Oh, despite all that action happening, both in the middle and especially the bottom lane, once again, Fart SJ, familiar to BSJ, is having a great time on that Ursa, continuing to grow that lead. Is he going the Battle Fury route? Of course, yeah. He just needs the Claymore now, and then he'll have that Battle Fury. Haystream, by the way, bottled up by Mark in the meantime, and he's gonna have to, or so Ursa's gonna have to be careful against this Lycan, even taking a purge, slowing down. And rotation from the Haster that we mentioned that was picked up by Mark. Illuminate on through. New Shop shows up as well, though. And gonna use that Magnetize before to take over the TPO. It's not enough, though. He's out for 30 seconds. And our New Shop's in trouble. The roll's gonna be blocked out. The cock's coming out. Hila with that shapeshift. Running out. The snowball in pursuit, though. It's too far away. He lives.
Wow, that was so close. He just dodged the shards barely. I mean, hard to land a slow ability like shards on a speedy Lycan as he's running out, but that was very, very clutch. Big win for CDUB there, getting the kill on the Ursa, and again, dead with TP on cooldown as well, so not gonna be able to immediately go to a lane. As Tusk finds the Clockwork on the top.
That's pretty big. I mean, that's like, okay, it's just a solo support, whatever, but again, he had that streak going, 330 gold going the way of Tusk. It's mid lane.
Yeah, Tusk is this hero. He can find solo kills against pretty much anything. Just tremendous amount of damage. You easily underestimate it. You think that Clockwork, you know, kind of tanky hero, but no, not really against Tusk. He just punches you and you're gonna go down.
You see what Annihilate's going for, that blink next. As Mark rotating back towards the mid lane. No, trying to actually think about where to go. In fact, now he's going back to the top, so a little uncertain as I guess that's why, because Double King is showing up mid. As we take a look at the odds right there, of course, favoring Fart Studios currently, esportsbet.io. Place some bets yourself if you like those odds. Definitely check it out.
CDUB are now trying to use the Helm of Dominator timing that they have to go push top and play around Lycan. They need to activate and start taking buildings, but look at Fart. They're coming up here with Tusk.
Walrus punch in. Response. Cogs being used also to kind of cut up the supporting cast. Illuminate was already used by Sonic, and he's going to get the pushback onto Lycan to finish the job. And now Sanctified, I don't think he's getting away from this one. Another Illuminate coming through, and Sonic credit for the kill that time around. So, yeah, Tusk, really this beefy core. And also good support from both your Spirit and the Keeper of the Light.
Yeah, and FartSJ with the aggressive choice to go in and steal the enemy Ancients here. Take the farm that he needs for his Battle Fury from the enemy resources instead. And I like the idea when you already forced people back, you know that this area is kind of safe now, so he's just using that time. Now he finished up the entire Battle Fury, and now all he wants to do is start jungling until he gets his Blink Dagger. And then we'll say Ursa probably have impact again, but most likely gonna take it a little bit easier here.
Void Spirit currently having that Arcane Rune bottled up, farming out the mid lane, but you see the Battle Fury being purchased by Ursa right there. Mentioned that earlier. Got a little bit delayed due to that death, of course, but he's fine about bottom lane. Jenkins, they're rotating onto him. Jenkins realizing this, pops the exorcism, says, all right, let's fight. Has a TP coming in from Tusk as well, and that's going to be the cue to get the hell on out if you're CDUB. Yeah, clearly something's happening. They don't want to commit too much.
A bit awkward for him, though. He used this Exo. Meanwhile, the Void Spirits get caught over here. Perhaps by Earth Spirit?
Radiant's middle tower.
So slow. That solar bind causing issues. Also gonna get the blinding light pushback, but Mark is fine. Yeah, this exorcism though, again, as you mentioned, it's a bit awkward. He kind of had to use it. They were going for a turn for sure, but it's just not gonna get the most value in the end for Jenkins there.
They're casting so many spells on this man. They're just bombing down from far away with Sonic on his Caudal. You can tell this man loves spamming his Caudal. Hook coming in.
Okay. Well, that's a great response, of course, to take out the Tusk. And now CDUB, they can push this mid lane.
Yeah, while all this is happening, the wraparound with the stun creep,
no chance
trying
for
to bring
him.
down Caudal.
Yeah, the Centaur, great job using that, of course, Helm of the Dominator and making the easy kill take place with that shapeshift form. And we mentioned that tower, it's already close to half life. The fortification goes down and it's going to start melting away. But Fart Studios is not going to give this up. ESJ shows up, going to cleave through the creeps, including that Centaur. And here goes Earth Spirit, looking to get it magnetized off. There we go. Revenant place down and the quick kill onto the sniper. He just melted before you even know it. And Lycan's also going to get caught out. The Shard's blocking him in place. And a killing spree for Nusham. So Fart Studios responds and very effectively.
I feel like these three heroes could run together and create such a blitzy playstyle here if they play Earth Spirit's Tusk. Oh boy, they're gonna catch Void as well. Punch. Look at the damage. That's just with two of them. If they use the two of them and Ursa and run around, I don't think there's anything CDUBs can do to fight them right now. And they would just keep having to split. One reason why I didn't like the sniper pick in the pick phase, I said I prefer like Fart's draft here. They picked sniper into Tusk. I think that's really, really rough because that matchup is already kind of bad. But when you amplify it by now having the Earth Spirit rolling in and the Ursa jumping in, you have a lot of heroes that just charge through. And that's the biggest weakness of Sniper, stuff that can get on top of him quickly. And he doesn't even have Shard yet. He doesn't have a Hurricane Pike, so he can't stay safe from this.
Look at that blink now purchased by the Ursa. So he's got that gap closer as well that you always fear, especially when he's having a good start. And you look at Radiant scanning Roshan. That's another thing when an Ursa's in the game, especially with the farm that he has, you always got to be suspicious of. Is that Roshan going down? But the answer is no for now, as Fart SJ is going to sit on top of a Hastian, will be picked up by Tusk. Rocket's going to scout on through, though.
That's like the third Dominator creep that Fart SJ killed this game. Each and every one of those are 100 gold. It does add up, and this is also why like Ursa against Centaur is so nice, or against the Lycan is so nice. You can kill the Centaur, so you can kill the dominated creeps all the time. They're not that difficult to bring down. Void Spirit?
Uh-oh. No, the Walrus Punch! He locked down from Ionite by himself. He gets him down about 30% life. Sonic's coming in, the blinding light push back into the Illuminate, nukes him down and finish the job.
Very clutch. Even the auto attack was the final bit of damage needed there, as the Illuminate just barely didn't finish him, but he gets the auto attack in as well, and that's another beautiful kill. And we see this game just the difference between Void Spirit, how he activates compared to the Tusk. Like, obviously a lot of it comes down to play as well, but he had to, you know, farm up his Witchblade to add the damage, and even then, he's only like matching the damage output of a Tusk, I feel.
CDUB knows that this is happening, it looks like, but they're gonna get here too late. Shrapnel's coming in, but VSJ will pick it up. The Wolves got it there at the last second, but again, just too late. But Sanctify wants to make a play. The Assassinate going for the kill on the Fart SJ, but he's just too beefy. And also, he's got supporting cast, cut the cast on the back lines, including Rubik going to take it out. And VSJ's back in as well. The Ursa, he will end up going down. Popping the Aegis, but they do kill Sniper. He's coming right back up. Mark going back in, though, with the Lycan. And actually, Ursa needs to be careful getting his support from Annihilate in the meantime. And down falls Lycan. Mark did not want to commit further. His spells were still coming off cooldown, but Earth Spirit manages to catch him. And Nusham trying to keep him in place, waiting for his teammates to get here. He says, all right, fine, I'll die to the neutrals, which you will be successful with, but he bought the time needed for Annihilate to come in.
That's good play by Fart Studios there, protecting each other. The moment that Ursa gets jumped by both the Void Spirit and the Lycan coming in, he didn't have ulti available, so it was a really scary moment for him. But good decision making on Fart SJ's play there. He immediately targeted down the Lizard and killed the Overlord creep as well there before he was brought down. So Really clutch, and again, 250 gold now for those dominated creeps. It's just adding up.
10,000 net worth lead a while ago. Like, what just I feel like I blinked, and all of a sudden this lead is just massively growing for Fart Studios. That clockwork, unfortunately missing the hook shot. Well played by Jenkins.
I mean, they dominated their safe lane, and mid lane they also kind of won, and off lane, while they didn't really win off lane, it was not going that horrible for them. Even if they died a few times, it was never like a horrible death where you can't come back into the lane anymore.
Well, it's quite the lead for Fart Studios, so just like game one, even much sooner this time around, CDUB is finding themselves in a spot of, you know, how do we recover now? That's what they're needing to figure out here in this game number 2, and thus the series as they're down 1-0. But you mentioned Lycan, he does have the helm of the Overlord, currently with an Ancient Ice Shaman. They're pushing the top lane. 3 heroes are here, 4 heroes in here are in fact together. So CDUB, a lot of the map, they've lost control of it, and that's just kind of what happens naturally.
Yeah, I mean, they finally get the tier 1 tower, but this tower, when you're playing Lycan, you want it dead like minute 6, minute 5. That's roughly the timing. First catapult, you want to kill it. Tusk might be a little bit too far out mid.
He's seeing that replay there, but back to the live action. Annihilate, he is dead. So, yes, he was. Annihilate gets picked off. Now CDUB hunting for more. Don't think they're going to get more. Sonic's a little too fast. As we get 20 minutes into this game now. And the rest, yeah. Earth Spirit also making his way out of there. Oh, they know Death Prophet's here, though. They're pinging him out. Nusham's nearby. Gonna get lifted up, brought back in. Grip Swarm even used. That's stolen by Rubik, but just too slippery as Nusham.
They're gonna be okay. Mid lane, meanwhile, getting shoved in by the Lycan. I'm not a big fan, by the way. You want to talk about the skill build that Sniper's doing this game? Double kill? Oh, wait. Might have to talk about that later. Farthest J is here with his BKB, looking for a fight.
In a game like this, you're never going to have a good window to talk about it, but still hold that thought, because a big fight might be breaking out here as Clockwork magnetizes up. He's just gonna kind of run in circles before he dies, jumping back in his Mark, but he's gonna have to assimilate out. Speaking of the Sniper, he just gets melted, and Mark's gonna be the same story. The Walrus Punch to finish the job. Sonic ends up dying to the Ice Shaman. So a bit of a laugh there for Lycan. In fact, both supports dead on the side of Fart Studios. However, it is just Lycan surviving for CDUB after that 4-for-2.
Yeah, their team fight is really kind of non-existent as well in this game. They have no real big spells that they can add, and if the fight starts out that scrappy, any form of scrappy fight where people are split up, it's gonna favor Fart because their jumpers and their burst damage is so high. The Tusk and the Ursa kind of do the same thing right now. They blink in and just try to burst one target, and even the teamfight department, they have the advantage by having Exorcism, that big spell, and to some extent even having the Coddle with what he provides in the fight is also very good for team fights.
Yeah, it's, the challenge continuing to be a very difficult one. So yeah, talking about the Sniper, we really haven't seen much out of him, unfortunately, to that point.
Yeah, so what I don't like about this is that he's still only 2 points headshot, even like 22 minutes in. And this is your main damage output in a lot of the situations. We've seen many different builds on Sniper over the days, right? Like the 0-4-4 build and whatever. I think this game, just putting like 3 points in Shrapnel would be easily sufficient, or maybe just scaling it 2 points even, because he's lacking a lot of auto attack damage.
Yeah, I mean, Mask Madness Hurricane Pike isn't necessarily going to be the most threatening right now, but might assist for the kill on a Tusk at least. Although the snowball, the clutch snowball at the last second, the Walrus Punch is going to survive, and they set up the turn kill to Sanctified. Meanwhile, over here, Aframoosh, good job with the shards. That was a bad job with the shards. I thought he stole them for a sec, but either way, he gets away. But Double King Sniper once again, he just can't do anything in the fight. It feels like eventually just run down, and the same story for Void Spirit as well. And you see that in the label up there, Fart SJ is dominating. That's pretty appropriate right now. He is 5-1-4. Massive net worth lead.
Yeah, he's having a super clean game, and so is his entire team now as well. I mean, Jenkins is back on 3-3-7 as well, having good impact in these fights. He's got his Guardian Greaves going for a BKB next on DP, and they're grouping up and moving together for objectives as well. They're looking like they're, at the stage where they want to start threatening these tier 2 towers, but Fart Studios are so dominant in the fights. I don't even see exactly how CDUB can play their way back into this, because they don't have the obvious heroes like, oh yeah, we just need to land an RP and then follow up with, you know, Snapfire Kisses or something.
Yeah.
Like, how do you tweak this draft into coming back from 14,000 gold disadvantage? It's very difficult.
Yeah, and as you were mentioning from the beginning, Waga, because I'm sitting here like, well, they could always steal an ability, but there really is nothing to steal. There isn't that RP to steal, the black hole, you know, whatever.
No,
that big
there's
game
not.
changer ability either. So, you're not to be doomsayers here for the side of CDUB, especially already down 1-0, but you know, just it's a realistic situation.
It's speaking to the state of the draft, right? He currently is running around with Enrage. That's what he's having. And like I said, having a spell from Ursa, I mean, it's good starting spell, I guess, for a team fight-ish, because you can protect yourself a little bit, but you really want to put out the damage and the stunts on the opponent instead. So I think the best you can steal is the silence from DP, maybe? Even better than Exorcism at this point, because of the duration.
Well, might need to have some fast fingers soon, because this smoke play coming in from Far Studios. Clockwork doing everything he can to get away. In fact, snowballing from Iron Island. He went further. He wants a sniper, of course. Clockwork's gonna hook shot. Double King just immediately goes for the TP play and will manage to get out, but Sanctified eventually run down the Crypt Storm, finishing the job. Rubik, you're not slippery enough. He too is going to be run down. I mean, that's where this game state is at right now. Far Studios is literally just W key. You know, they're just running at CDUB, and CDUB just can't stop it.
They have a Void Spirit, and he is still not wanting to TP there, because he knows even if he TPs to people literally diving into tier 2, tier 3 towers, he can't really turn around that situation. That team fight is not going to suddenly be a one-team fight by him TPing in. So the best he can do is split push, try and build next items, go for that Aghanim Scepter. Maybe that will allow him to have the burst damage and silence, of course, to bring down the big target. But even then, there's BKB on this Ursa, and you're going to have to force that first. You know, it's such a tall order to turn this around right now.
Yeah, it's a good item to have, certainly, that Ag's talking about on a Void Spirit, and could allow for, you know, getting that backline kill on the Coddle especially. But speaking of Keeper of the Light, Sonic, he's got some good farm, Forest Staff and an Orchid. This is that position 5 Keeper of the Light, technically. I know it's a support that tends to be able to farm a bit more efficiently than others, but another one of those things where you kind of look at it's like, yeah, that's where Far Studios is at right now with this.
That's brutal against the Void Spirit too. He can silence him.
Yeah. So right there, they attempted to jump that Void Spirit. Clockwork once again going in though. New Shop, Sniper's able to get some decent damage here finally and gets the kill, but oh, the grenade through. So he actually he has a shard now, so they can cut a grenade to go over the cliff and survive, but Void Spirit unable to slip on out. And we do see the 1-for-1.
A little bit of an accident by Sonic there. Instead of silencing the Void Spirit, first he Force-Staffed him, which almost saved his life, but he still died afterwards, because right after Force-Staffing him, he silenced him as well, so completely fine in the end. Another fight going their way. Sure, you lost the support, but bringing down the Void Spirit is the big kill.
Well, you know who wasn't there was the Lycan, and that's because he was pushing the bottom lane. You saw Tusk actually TP in and eventually defend and push it out. Now Jenkins forcing a BKB out of him. I think they have a stopper for this TP, as that's still active, so he's good. Yeah, they're pinging Roshan. This would be a huge chance, but it's just not up. It's 20 more seconds.
Man, Eli used this BKB or like an ulti form for this, but the BKB TP out just stops any kill potential there, and Jenkins is gonna be completely fine just backing out with the TP.
That's what I was saying, though. It's like that's where the RNG is definitely a little bit unfavorable. If Roshan's up, maybe they could steal it right there, but not the case. And yeah, Clockwork, well, they set up the kill on the Sonic, but he dies for it. And there might be more casualties. You mentioned Ela already using that transform. No chance to get out. A shapeshift on cooldown. Double kill for Ursa. And guess who's up now? It's Roshan, and I'm guessing Far Studios is going there, and sure enough they are.
Yeah, this is starting to look like a real stomp. We're 27 minutes into the game, and they're still holding on, but this is 17,000 gold advantage before taking Roshan here, and then they get that as well with the Basher now on Ursa. His kill potential is only brewing up even more, and now gets the free shard from Roche. So he's looking to be ultra aggressive now.
Yeah. Got tier 3 items popping out. Ogre Seal Totem. Dropping right there specifically. But yeah, this Ursa, the items that he has, that Basher. talking about. Has a paladin sword, speaking of tier 3 items that he just got, and you'll swap that over, and it's not the last outer tower at the top lane, but it's one of 2 remaining, as the bottom still up as well. But in the meantime, CDUB is trying to pressure out this bottom. They're trying to bait out this bottom push, and no one's coming though. Everyone is, for Far Studios, is more so towards the top, if not a little bit mid. But now Far Studios is responding, and they're making the way to the bottom here.
Yeah, and they're taking the bites. They're going for it.
I mean, they're going for Lycan, and Lycan's just dead, and so is Clockwork. Oh my god. I saw Lycan getting bursted out. Also, the Clockwork just melted right next to him. So, mid lane, by the way, Ursa finds the jump on a sniper who figured he was safe because of what was going on bottom, just getting out of his base ever so slightly, and BSJ is like, no, you're not. And apparently, you're not even safe in your base.
Yeah, nowhere safe at this stage. It is a Eul Scepter on the Void Spirit. He switched back after the Ogre Club, so instead of going Aghanims, he needed something against the Silence from the Caudal. Also a good item against the Ursa. You can use it during the enrage here.
Gonna force out that fortification, of course. This BSJ still 3+ minutes on the Aegis, so they don't necessarily need to force the issue here. If you're Far Studios, you can certainly reset a bit and, yeah, push these other objectives, like both the top and the bottom are still up as far as towers go.
Yeah, they can also just keep farming. I mean, he has 350 CS before the 30-minute mark here on Fart SJ. He's getting absolutely huge. His second highest is 179, so nowhere close to what this Ursa is. And he's just flying ahead right now. He's as farmed as the 2 most farmed heroes on CDUBs, basically.
Yeah. I don't know much about this Fart SJ, but I know about BSJ, his counterpart, and he's definitely in his groove right now. He just loves to farm those creeps, and continuing to do it well right here as this tower is gonna melt away. Sniper luckily to get out himself, but another easy objective kill. But, you know, credits to CDUB, I'll say that. They're certainly still doing what they can. Specifically Mark here on this Void Spirit. You already talked about the transition of now going to Euls. He's pushing out bottom lane, but uh-oh. As I say this, yikes. You're in trouble. Assimilate, okay. Remnant, he's good. No! Yes, he's good.
Hey, he's gonna be fine, but it's so dangerous. Anywhere you go, this is like a horror game right now. Look at Lycan, he's trying to run, but there's a TP coming in from the Blink Ursa. Does he see him?
Does he see him?
He does.
Yep. Oh boy, that's a bad, feels bad, man, for Lycan right there. Killing spree for the Tusk. Let's add more on. Sanctified, also picked off. Nusham, hunting for more. Unable to roll on anyone though. Sniper, I mean, talk about the lack of damage coming out for Sniper. He does have a Chrysalis now and working on a Daedalus. So he's level 3 headshot, so not almost maxed out, but point is, you know,
it's half an hour into the game and he still doesn't have headshot maxed. He's it's not a good feeling. Obviously, he needs the range, but in this game, this sniper has not been allowed to do anything. Farm, fight, whatever he does, wherever he goes, there's just multiple heroes running at him with blink daggers, and everyone has kill potential on him, basically. It's truly a terrifying game for him.
Far Studios is going to see the shrapnel most likely coming out. Yeah, they're pinging it out now. I was going to say they're going to know Sniper's somewhere over here. So now it's a case of, can Double King actually get out before he gets jumped? You see the mini map that they're roaming over. You know it's a matter of time before this gank comes through. There it is, an Air Spirit. Gotcha. Not much Sniper can do now. Silence on top. He can't grenade away, and he's dead for 50.
They do get a consolation kill at least. They find Sonic, and entire Fort Studios decide to tip him for getting caught out on mid lane there.
The friendly team tip, calling out their teammate, having a good laugh, and understandable. I mean, we knew about the Far Studios team. I mean, hey, they're obviously trying, and certainly a team that's capable with the players they have on here, but it's also one of these, they're here to have fun, truly have fun teams, and
just a casual solo kill on the Void Spirit there by the Ursa. He didn't even have to use his Abyssal, by the way. He just relied on the bash. That's enough. Goes to show his kill potential right now. Tusk going in.
Wow. That roof just melted. Sanctified, same story there too, and Lycan, not the best feeling when you shapeshift just to run away. Never is.
No, I mean, he can't really shapeshift and fight anyway, so whether he uses it to run away or not, I guess at least this way he lived. But I don't think there's much hope for his base. 30,000 gold lead, and currently Kaldo is about to crack level 17, and that will make him higher level than all of the Radiant. So every single hero on Dire is about to be higher level than Radiant.
You know you're really behind when... Yeah, we're getting a lot of those statements here. Just so many different aspects you can look at us to really understand this lead that Fart Studios has. And, you know, the one last one I will say is that win probability chart that everyone loves. Right now saying 100% for Fart Studios. So.
100%. Gaben has ruled it officially. It's over.
Yeah. Well, CDUB, by the rules, they don't need to technically give up because of that, but no, it is a very, very grim look for them right now, understandably. I mean, they are going to go for a smoke play here because, yeah, why not? Got to try something, and that's what I appreciate. Even in game one, they were doing this too, where it's, you know, you got to try something rather than just sitting in your basic course. And
yeah, their initiation is very unclear though, how they're going to connect and like what spells they can really use to start the fight. So they do smoke up, but ultimately they're just standing in their base because they don't really see a chance to go on anything. Like, even if you want to go on a support and burst a support, yeah, okay, try Earth Spirit. He has a Vessel Shiva's BKB. Try bursting him. It'll be easy.
no, it's not so easy, unfortunately. Mark is just gonna push out the top lane and needs to get away quickly. Now they're in that hot pursuit. Nusham. Yep, they get him. Good old Abyssal Blade lockdown. That swift blink that Ursa's even had for a little bit. Obviously coming into play there too. Jenkins, by the way, down here, he's gonna double siphon and heal up just enough. The assassinate will be unable to finish him and lives throughout. Double King ends up going down thanks to Tusk, who is just in those front lines. Who has a moon shard now, by the way, on him, but.
Oh, he's got the moon shard. He's ready for the 12% chance to proc. Hila trying to TP out, but oh, he gets it just barely.
Smoke and run though. Now they're going to the base. I think Fart Studios has had enough. They're gonna really put it on CDUB and says, all right, let's try to actually finish this game now, knowing the lead that they have. Fortification is going to be used, so again, CDUB fighting to the bitter end, as this is it after all here in this series.
Yeah,
well, the first series for these two teams, though, here of the Division 2 DPC North America, but let the onslaught continue. Fart Studios going really deep there, all the way to the fountain, basically. There's a buyback on a Rubik coming out. You hear the health. Clockwork also buying back, so it is back to a 5 versus 5. Wow, Sonic got so low right there. Somehow managed to live. Tusk back in. Immediately first down sniper. He buys back there right away. But the tower is dead currently.
Still BKB on Ursa. Turns it around.
There it is. Urshock jumping in. Gets a bash proc on a Lycan. And a couple hits later, shreds through his life pool. Double kill for Ursa. He's 12, 1, and 10 now. Now focusing on the racks. Again, they're trying. Oh, they get Sonic. That's got to feel good. There's the tip. I was going to say that they're definitely going to be tipping Sonic after that one. At least Fart SJ does, and some continuation.
Yeah, they're just sitting here. Now he's killing his friend's wolf sniper, doing some auto attacks on the dominated creep. At least he gets to attack something before Ursa comes and kills him again.
Ooh. Well, as we are in the final phases of this one, as there we go, GGs are officially called. Waga was gonna say, does this really just feel like CDUB just simply got out drafted here, more so than anything, or?
I mean, I very heavily favor Fart's draft here. I think it's way better, to be honest. I think this sniper pick